So right here in the wood shop, we're about to make some decorative shutters for the bathroom. I've got my nail gun, my speed square, framing square, wood glue, and I've got these old weathered wall boards. We're going to break those open. The shutters are going by the mirror. They're going to be about 11 by 30, maybe 12 by 30. Depends on how it works out. I've got my radial arm saw. Boards picked out. I got 2 extra boards. If you need some shutters, let me know. I can only cut one end of the board because if you cut off this end, it won't be a weathered look anymore. That's going to go up above where anybody can see it. I've already made one mark here. I'm going to pick out the best ends. And the way it worked out, 3 boards are 4 inches wide, 12 inches. I'm going to do 12 by 30 shutters. And then the part I cut off, that can be my pieces that go horizontally. It's going to work out good. With extra. We'll have extra. So I just went through all 6 boards trying to pick out the ends with the most character. Marked them at 30 inches. Now we're going to fire up that saw and cut them all off. Now the shutter's coming together already. So it's probably been 10 minutes, feels more like 5 minutes. You can see this end where I cut it off, that end where it's barnboard looking. This will go up in the air so high nobody will ever see it. They'll be above eye level, unless you're really, really tall. My only question now is how far up or down do I put these? And in the bathroom I've got a motion detector with a receptacle. I'm going to have to allow for that, so these are going to be probably, I'm going to go in and measure. I have to cut out, there'll be a receptacle in here. And I got to figure out how wide to make these. I'm going to go get the wife's opinion. This wide, 1 inch, 2 inch, 4 inches. I'll see what she says. But coming along easy and fast and easy. Hi, here in the bathroom, and right about there is the receptacle motion detector. It's about 6 inches from the bottom of the mirror. So on my shutter I've gone up about 6 1/4 inches, and the receptacle motion detector will fall right about here. That's what it's going to be looking like. One there, and one here. I love it. What do you think about these shutters?
Oh my gosh, cute.
And the receptacle motion detector will be right about here. How wide do you want these?
How did you get the finish on there?
It came from the store like that.
Oh.
Even though the guy said they don't sell stuff like that, I found them.
Yes.
Okay, she approved. Shutter update, I just laid out where the receptacle and motion detector will be, right about there. I've got my marks. I'm going to make them a little bit darker, go out and cut them. Then we can put this baby together. That puts my horizontal pieces 7 inches from top and bottom. To be safe, let's go ahead and turn the power off to the bathroom. So I've got the receptacles all pulled out. We're working in the dark. Well, there's a window. And I'm looking at this old, it's so old it's turned yellow. And I've got a new to replace it. A white motion detector. Occupancy sensor switch. They've even got a fancy new name for them. So we're going to change that out. I think I'm going to let the receptacle, I'm going to let it go. It's got a nice little indicator light. There's a little bit of paint on it, but I think it'll be fine. Just don't tell anybody. Here is that hole all laid out and ready to be cut. So there was a crack there. That's going to have to be glued back on. So that little piece that had a crack that broke off when I was sawing it, it's getting nailed and glued back into place. That should hold it. Looks good to me. Here are the first 2 boards being held in place. There's the hole cut out. More good news, this towel ring's going to come down. It is shutter assembly time. I've got my glue, I've got my nail gun. Now I've already taken the speed square and I've marked where this board's going to go on this side, and on that side I've got my framing square. And since my nails are too long, I've got the grinder ready. It's time to assemble. One is done, one to go. So my stud finder said there was a stud right about there and right about here. It's just a magnet. I took the level and made a level line here. That's where we're going to screw the shutter on. On the other side, there's a stud right about there. That's where the nails are at. I took the level, kind of split the difference. And to mount the shutter, I've got these 2.5 inch screws that'll get me through the shutter, through the drywall, and into the stud. So I just verified that the mirror is level. I'm going to go ahead and mount the shutters. I measured over, it's 4 7/8 to the stud. On the shutter, I made a mark right in the center, 4 7/8, 4 7/8. On the other side, it was 7 7/8, 7 3/4. So I put a mark here, put a mark there. Next, I'll do a pilot hole, and then I'm going to screw them onto the wall. Like this. Screw number 1 is already in. Here goes screw number 2. Those can be camouflaged with some gray paint. And I got to clean up some glue that's dripping out. Okay, so far the occupancy sensor is in and the ground fault receptacle, I've got it all taped up. It's about to go in. Then I can get the cover plate on, call this job done. As soon as the glue stops leaking. Maybe I'll go eat lunch while that glue's drying. So the receptacle and motion detector are in place. The trim ring is on. It is all finished. Actually, the whole job is finished. Just got to go turn the breaker back on. Look, here's the one that says bath. When we flip that on, I don't hear anything frying. I don't hear any sizzling. I'll show you what it looks like. It actually does bedroom and bathroom lights. There has been a slight change. This sign lowered down a little bit and a restroom sign is now in the room. The shutters are getting a whitewash, kind of a beige whitewash. This is what it's going to look like. You can still see the dark through the beige, and there's a run right there. Got it. It's a good thing we came and checked on it. This just in, I took the extra barn boards and I made a little shelf to go in the mirror. And in the corner I made a shelf to hold up the wax warmer, the scented Smell Good wax warmer. And in the back corner, there's a hole for the cord to drop in. Up next, they're coming off the wall to get a coat of beige whitewash. That contradicts itself. So I went ahead and splurged. I got a new, this is an unbreakable wall plate. I actually over tightened the other one. And so now the new wall plate has been installed. We'll put the Smell Good nightlight back in. Looks good to me. So I seriously thought I'd get the sink, the vanity top in before this video was uploaded, but when it was delivered, wow. This sink's just been born, already had a rough life, just judging by the pallet. Countertop's still great, but the sink didn't make it. So the sink top is all loaded up and ready to go back to the store. And sneak peek, the Barrel Kayak now has a trolling motor. I just discovered this nice sharp bird beak razor blade sharpens a pencil really good. Yep, that one's seen better days. That looks like tetanus.